to introduce Elaine Rau. She is the Lady Boss Blogger.
So today I'll be talking to you guys about how to become a successful blogger and influencer. First off, very basically, a website and a blog are different. You can have a website but not have blogging capabilities. So you can see some, if you go onto websites, not every single website has a blog, and not every single, and no blog can function without a website, okay? So these two are interconnected. So you need one, and you need both if you want to blog, right? A domain is basically your URL that is like for me, it's LadyBossBlogger.com. So hosting is basically where your blog URL lives. Hosting allows your website to be seen, and it's a visual representation after you design it, and then the URL allows you to be directed to that website. So if you have a business or you're thinking of starting one, think about the keywords that you want to get found for. You can then come up with blog post titles and structures that make sense for your business. The top two I would say is how to and list structure. Okay, because these are educational things. When you're typing in Google, it's always about answering a question or finding out something educational, right? More than likely. And the reason why I'm stressing this so much is because if you don't have good titles, your blog is not going to get found. So this is why this is the number one important skill that you need to learn in order, even for your Instagram and everything. This is like what will get the most clicks, right? So if you take out the instructions such as like how to sew a pillow without using a needle, right? Then you're like, oh, okay, so this is interesting. Click, right? Who would click on that? No one. Okay, great. A great way to check how your headlines are performing is this free tool over here. Go to postschedule.com/headline analyzer. If I wanted to write a blog post about 5 best ways to create landing pages, I would type this into this post scheduler tool, and basically it will generate a score for me. What did I do? I added the words of the. Right now, it's all about voice controls, it's about conversational, it's about more colloquial than an educational. Keyword placement is also really, really, really important in your title tag, right? So if you're talking about, for example, how to get 100 Pinterest followers, my keyword is Pinterest followers, okay? Underneath it, that's your meta tag, right? You always see a little blurb. So this is another way, in addition to your title tag, that you want to be able to garner the click, right? Because you can write all this great content. If you don't get the click, your content won't be read. If you are blogging and you're wanting organic traffic, you need to be on Pinterest. Pinterest is basically like the faster way to get Google SEO. Pinterest actually has SEO juice versus all the other social media like Facebook, etc. does not. Social media schedulers was the number one thing that I invested in my business. So the one that I use for Pinterest is actually Tailwind. And then Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, I actually use SmarterView. Literally haven't touched my Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn in a year, and it looks like I'm on it all the time. So automation is your very, very best friend. I'm literally on social media maybe an hour a day, but it seriously looks like I'm on there 20%. All right, the secret finally is revealed. So in order to become a successful blogger influencer, most of the action happens off of your socials. Yes, this is possible if you learn how to automate correct. And then all our courses are at courses.LadyBossBlogger.com. And please stay connected with me. I would love to get to know your business, what it is that you need help with,